Okay, folks, away we go. It's Murray Stewart. I am your presenter and host, and it's episode 1545. And it's Blind Magic in Alice Springs. A bit slow out of the blocks today, aren't I? Yeah, I am. Very slow out of the blocks. Did you catch Pauline Hanson yesterday? If so, what did you think? Oh, I thought she was not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. But I've got a little bit of advice for her. I think she needs to polish up her presentation when it comes to describing her vision for Australia going forward where migration is concerned. I'd say something like, this is a multiracial country, and that's fantastic. And then I would repeat it again. I would say, and for those who are not listening, I'll say it again. This is a multiracial country, and that's fantastic. And then I would go on to say, however, those who have been pushing the multicultural barrow have caused this country great division, because in our big cities in particular, we have zones where we don't feel like we belong in that part of the city. And it's caused a great deal of division and has resulted in terrorist events such as those in Melbourne, and of course, who can forget what happened in Bondi in Sydney? Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd be saying if I was Pauline, because, as I say, I think she struggled a little bit in explaining that, because we are a multiracial country, and she did indicate that, but I thought she was a little bit clumsy in clarifying exactly what she meant when she said that multiculturalism has failed. And yes, that element of our multiracial makeup has failed, and it has led to division, and yes, it has led to certain parts of our big cities becoming enclaves that do not represent the rest of us. And that's the point. When she talks about being monocultural, I would be further explaining, if I was Pauline, that this means respecting our Christian Judeo past whilst walking together into the future. Yeah, that's all you need to say. Something like that. Because that's the point. There are elements of our society that do not respect our Christian Judeo past, and they want to walk into the future still hanging on to their culture and not walking together with us as Australians. That's right, as Australians. And that's what Pauline Hanson needs to get across loud and clear. She certainly said it yesterday, but I just think it needs more clarity. So I think just going through that with her in her office a couple of times, and I think she would have it down pat. But wow, did she give it to the lefty media? Oh, didn't she what? Oh, yeah, they tried it on, but she gave as good as she took. And yeah, the ABC certainly drew her attention, and the Nine Network. And I do believe the ABC should become a subscription network. I mean, I pay for my Sky television, I do. So why shouldn't the lefties pay for what they want to view? Why should the taxpayer pick up the tab for what they want to watch? And I think she's right about that, 100%. As for SBS, well, once again, that is creating that divisional climate. And we should not allow ourselves to be divided by colour or by race or even and certainly by culture. Because as she points out, this is Australia. And so we should build our culture respecting those who have come before us. Yeah, so let's see where this all goes, folks. But I thought she held her own. And as for that stunt by GetUp, well, what would you expect? What would you expect? I mean, we're talking about David Shiraz after all. Yeah, what would you expect? Anyway, the federal police are right onto it, and I think they're in a whole lot of trouble. And yeah, they're a failed organisation. What did they do? They threw $600,000 at the recent by-election, and they got flogged, absolutely flogged. And they espouse their extreme left views, and no one's listening. No one's buying it. And this is the whole problem. The left don't understand that the harder they go, the more galvanised the rest of us are becoming behind Pauline. Yeah, they're tone deaf to what's going on. And the same thing happened in America, of course, with President Trump. The harder they went against him, and they still are, the more galvanised his support became. And of course, eventually he became the president of the United States. And the way it's going here in Australia, they are actually helping to lift Pauline higher and higher. And one day they may wake up with something they dread, and that is Pauline as Prime Minister. So good on you, GetUp. Keep at it. That's all good. Fine by me. I'm sure it's also fine by her. And when that banner rolled down yesterday, you could see that fired her right up, and she even managed a beautiful smile. I think it was a smile of yes, 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 bring it on, bring it on. Anyway, folks, sorry about the slow start out of the blocks today, but we got going, didn't we? We got there, a bit like Pauline. We eventually get there. And I'm going to have to ask the learned Heather where we are. What
episode 1500 and no, I've had mine.
Aha. Well, yep.
45, I believe.
1445, yeah?
I think so.
And it's been a Blind Magic Communications production.